Just a wrap-up of the City Council meeting for Grand Rapids for Monday, December 17, 2018. As you recall, during December we moved our meetings to the first and third Monday in order to get our truth and taxation in and also to allow for time over the holidays. So, one point of interest this evening was we said goodbye to Council Member Bill Ziggy, who had served on the Council since 2015, 4 years on the Council. He's finding that he is dedicating more time to the ministry again, and we certainly wish him well, and we thank Bill for his 4 years of service to the City of Grand Rapids. This evening under public forum, we had two residents come in to talk about Hale Lake Point Road. As you recall, over the last few months, we've been working on traffic issues out there and safety concerns on Hale Lake Point and along Elida Drive, and we'd been trying to figure out the best way to address those. We had settled on now one way going up Hale Lake Point and then coming out on Elida Drive. We are finding we are having some issues out there, and people are trying to still come down that hill once it was reopened up and using Hale Lake Point as a two-way versus one-way, causing certainly concern with the two residents that live down towards the point. So we'll be working with the police department and engineering department to address those issues, and if it means ticketing, when we find people that are willfully going the wrong direction, whether it's expediency or ignorance of what the rule is, we need to make sure that those rules are followed out there for the safety of not only the people driving there, but the residents that live there. A few things under the consent agenda. We adopted a resolution closing our capital projects funds for 2017 infrastructure and moving some of those funds around. We also decided to assess and put the delinquent stormwater utility payments that were not paid onto the property owners for them specific pieces of property. We entered into an agreement for our public arts project in Grand Rapids. We also looked at our agreement with the City of Cohasset for the connection and a donation out there to work on that trail project coming from County Road 63 from 76 intersection all the way out to Highway 2. It's going to be a great addition, allowing biking and hiking and traffic flow from a pedestrian standpoint to be accommodated out there. If you recall, we had a quote a while back to repair the fire hall that was absolutely unacceptable, and we are in the process of doing piecemeal repairs on the fire hall. So tonight we accepted quotes for maintenance improvements at the fire hall from Nelson Roofing, A1 Concrete, Anderson Glass, and Rapids Plumbing and Heating. And then going into, those are all on consent, going into the regular meeting, Dale Anderson talked a little bit on the Parkson Civic Center and where we are, and I think the question that came up there was, with the referendum failing in the City of Grand Rapids, what do we do next? A little bit more follow-up on that. Dale had talked about what we had done. We certainly had met with a consultant and to look at what the options were. And one of the things that we are doing right now is I, as the mayor, am going out and I'm conducting one-on-one feedbacks with businesses and individuals around the City of Grand Rapids. I'm looking to eventually have about 50 of those one-on-one feedback sessions, asking them where they think we went wrong, what we should have done, what we could do, how we can approach this at some point in time in the future, because at some point we do need to fix the issues that are substandard out there. The roof that is under bad weights. It allows about 20 pounds per square foot, and it should be 42 or almost 43. So it's needed to be shoveled literally every time we have a snowstorm. So we'll be addressing that, along with the refrigeration issues with the R30. And then the ADA handicap accessibility questions. Certainly would cut the project down, but we need to find out from residents and stuff what's acceptable and how is the best way to accomplish that task at some point out there. Barb Baird then came in and talked about our finances for 2018, looking at our levy payable in 2018, our special revenue funds, which is all the small ones, you get the cemetery, the library, all those, the animal control. So all those funds we put in, and I guess if we can say that it's good news, I guess a zero budget increase would be really good news, but as a result, what we are seeing is that our levy increase for the city of Grand Rapids is 1.55%. So with everything that we do, with wages that go up and product costs that go up and insurance costs that go up on the city year after year, we feel that a 1.55 levy increase was very manageable. Fire Department, John Linder was in on behalf of the fire chief and talked about two things. He talked about fire decks hoods for the firefighters out there, the volunteers, from the standpoint of particulate intake and cancer concerns. We are looking now and have authorized the fire department to purchase 36 hoods at a cost not to exceed $4,500 to help in that area as it relates to health concerns and safety of our volunteer firemen. So that is a cost that's going to be coming out of the 2018 budget. We did have money budgeted for that. And we also approved extrication tools for the fire department to get vehicles and stuff opened up when there is an accident in an amount not to exceed $25,000, and that also is coming from the 2018 operating budget. Linda DeGraio, our HR director, was in then and spoke. A few things under administration. Jeffavies, after 33 years, is leaving the city of Grand Rapids and going to take retirement, and we certainly will miss Jeff. He was a great department head. He was a great employee, and he will be sorely missed. But like any department, he had planned well, and he has a good crew behind him that can step up, and we look to having a very smooth transition period out there, even with 33 years of service walking out the door. We talked a month and a half ago about the need for additional security at Grand Itasca Hospital and Clinic. This is a pass-through for the city of Grand Rapids. We provide the staffing requirements out there, but Grand Itasca foots the bill for it, and they had less than full-time security, and they've decided to go to full-time security for the protection and safety of their employees, 650 employees out at Grand Itasca. So that motion was passed, and how they are compensated and how they can use their time off and stuff. So it's neutral for the city of Grand Rapids, but it's positive from the standpoint of 650 individuals and their safety out at Grand Itasca and stuff. So we thank them for their willingness to look at people and safety as a priority at the hospital and clinic. Then we appointed people to the 3 different boards: Arts and Culture, the Police Community Advisory Board, and the Library Board. So we had 3 that was replaced on Arts and Culture, 1 on the Police Community Advisory, and 3 on the Library Board as well. Those were approved unanimously. And then to finish off the evening, we re-elected or nominated Dale Christie, Councilmember Christie, to serve another 2-year term on the Rams board. So with that, we will not be seeing you until the second Monday in January, which is quite a spell in here. So we do have the holidays coming up. I wish all of you out there well. Have a prosperous and a happy Christmas and New Year's. We have had good weather, so enjoy another, at least the rest of this week, with pretty decent weather out there around the streets and stuff. And we will talk to you again come second Monday in January. Thanks, and have a good evening.